So over the weekend, a viral video of Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo State surfaced online, where he was lamenting on the uncertainty state of the country's finances. According to him, the rising debt profile is worrisome and dependence on crude oil is no longer sustainable. Tell us something we don't already know. Now, according to him, he says when we got to the Federal Account Allocation Committee, that's FAAC, meeting for March, the federal government had, according to him, printed additional 50 to 60 billion naira for them to share. Now, according to him, the economy is no longer what it used to be, and obviously we have to find different ways of generating internal revenue across the states. What are your thoughts on this? Now, of course, CBN has come out to say, you don't know where he got that information from, that who told him that they are printing, that he has to substantiate his claims. And what are your thoughts on this, on these remarks? Yeah, Nima, go ahead, please.
Okay, so initially, I wouldn't expect this to be public news. I would expect a financial expert or someone who knows why and what to be the one releasing it. So maybe the governor was a bit reckless, releasing these figures out there. Because now what he has really caused is fear of an impending inflation. If people think that it's possible to print, I didn't know it was possible for government to just go and print money. We thought that the regulation across is in value of our strength, our economic strength of what we trade in and what we, what we buy in. And so that's why we always, stop to petrol. So if it is true what he has released, and the federal government should please just own up. The debt office, management office has denied this. The CBN is saying he should substantiate it. But this fact has come out there, whether he recklessly said it or not. We should know what exactly we're dealing with now.
Some have described this as, you know how when a CEO is having a meeting with his ESCO and say, listen, the board has said that there's no more funding for us, so you guys have to go out and find this thing. Things are not like before. And then the staff go out, leak out the information, and really the idea was not for that information to be leaked out. It was to get the team to work, to sit up, not because he wanted that information out. So could this be what this is, that where it's not being taken out of proportion, or is he really telling them the real truth or the fact that he heard?
Is he saying what is happening with
Is he saying what? So that's where the confusion is. Talk about it. Yeah, go ahead, man.
I don't believe that it is something that shouldn't. He's saying something that was like a coded thing. I think that everybody, what you said, like you said earlier, everybody knows this thing. We know that it's wrong for governors, and I like the fact that he said that governors keep on going to the center to share the money, and everybody is going to collect what they will use to pay salaries. That system is not sustainable, and we've said that several times, and I think that's what I want to highlight. The job of a governor is to take responsibility for his state and generate income for his state, is to be creative to find a solution to these people's problems. The federal government cannot be paying the state governors' salaries and every staff working. So what exactly is the ministries, all the ministries within the states, what exactly are they doing? How productive are they that their salary is coming from federal government? So for me, the system is already very, very skewed. And we know there's a problem, but we're not addressing it. We're making it look like we'll keep on borrowing until at the point where we cannot borrow anymore, or what?
When he said that the government had to print money, red flags just went up my head, because I'm sure for many people who have done economics, at least at basic level, you know that just printing money causes inflation. The value of your money drops. Money, yes, will be increased in the system, but they're still chasing the same number of goods. So you have more money than there is output in the economy, and that affects us badly. But there are instances where monies have had to be printed, especially during this COVID pandemic era. I think some countries have had to do that really to generate and, stir up economic activity within the economy. So it's usually like a short-term thing to address a problem. But my fear is that what he said was printed for was, as usual, the governors have gone cap in hand, waiting for the allocation to pay bills as usual, and that is the problem. But there's nothing else that he said that we're not aware of.
So with us now is Professor Olufemi Shebu. He's a professor of economics and director, Institute of Nigeria, China Development Studies, University of Lagos. Welcome to the show, sir. Are you there?
I'm here with you.
Good to have you on the show. So we're discussing the statement made by Governor Obaseki concerning the state of the Nigerian economy and the fact that there's a possibility that the CBN is printing 60 billion naira for the various governors to share. In Nigeria, what do you think about what he said, first of all? Yes. And what would you propose can be our next steps from this?
Number one, I think we need to understand the situation that the country is at the moment. And number two, the options that are available for the government. And then again, what exactly the print of money implies, as well as what at least it can do and it must be used for. When a country relies on printing money, the purpose is to inflate the economy, is to increase money supply in the economy, and the implication is that the purchasing power of the people will fall, and people will pay more for little they are buying, at least in the period when such inflation is prevailing. So it's affecting people seriously in terms of their power and income. However, we need to understand this very clearly. The government that's inflating the economy has a reason for doing that. And the reason, like I mentioned the earlier time, is to bridge the revenue gap. And if now that is done successfully, our focus therefore should be how and what we use such funding for. So in Nigeria, we need to shift our focus from even federal government as if they are magicians, as the governor have said, that we look at what happens at state level, local level. This money that's being shared every month from this printing of money, what exactly do they use them for?